Welcome to the deep dive, everybody. Yeah. So, you know the Oscars.
Yeah.
They always seem to bring those water cooler moments, and I think this year is no exception.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been seeing a lot of your searches are about this year's awards, and especially about the surprise hit Anora.
Right.
So let's kind of unravel why everyone's talking about it. What's going on here?
Well, I think what's so captivating is how a film with, relatively little buzz before the Oscars managed to kind of sweep the awards.
Yeah.
Best Picture, Best Actress. It's a remarkable feat.
Yeah, and it's not just a win here or there. It's like a complete domination. And in your searches, we see you're very clearly interested in Mikey Madison,
Right.
the lead actress.
Yeah.
And for good reason. It seems like she was relatively unknown before Anora.
Yeah, that's the intriguing part. I mean, Hollywood loves its stars, but a newcomer claiming Best Actress is almost unheard of.
Yeah.
So it begs the question, what made her performance so compelling that it resonated with both audiences and critics? Like, how did this happen?
Yeah. It's like she embodies that, like, classic Hollywood underdog story we all secretly root for.
Yeah.
Now, the director, Sean Baker, is no stranger to the industry, but even he hasn't experienced this level of success before.
Right. I mean, he's known for those critically acclaimed, but perhaps less mainstream films like The Florida Project, for example, right?
Yeah.
This makes Anora his breakout moment in terms of awards recognition.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's been kind of creating these powerful films, and now with Anora, it feels like the industry has finally caught up to his talent.
Indeed, yeah. And what adds another layer of intrigue is the lack of information about the film's, actual plot.
Right.
It's as if the mystery itself is fueling the buzz.
That's so true. That's a good point. In your searches, we see there's a lot of curiosity around, like, what is the story about?
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm right there with you. I'm dying to know what we're all missing here. I even see searches for, like, where to watch it, which is another mystery in itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it speaks to our current media landscape where, we're bombarded with trailers and behind-the-scenes looks. But this film has managed to remain, shrouded in secrecy.
Right.
And perhaps that's part of its appeal.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that sometimes a little mystery can make the experience even richer.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Now, I know we're all eager to solve this puzzle, but maybe we should first try to understand Sean Baker's signature style a bit better.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll give us a glimpse into what Anora might be all about.
Absolutely. I think that's a great place to start. Sean Baker's films, they often explore the lives of people on the fringes of society.
Right.
The Florida Project, for example, offered this really poignant glimpse into the world of children living in a motel near Disney World.
Right.
It wasn't about spectacle, it was about the kind of raw realities of their daily lives.
Yeah, and he often works with non-professional actors too, which I think adds another layer of authenticity to his films. Could that be a factor in Anora's success? Maybe the Academy was just, like, blown away by this, like, raw talent that he uncovered?
Yeah, I think that's a valid theory. I mean, remember, we're talking about Mikey Madison, someone who, from what we can tell, had a very limited filmography before this.
Right.
This isn't, like a seasoned Hollywood star.
Right.
And that could be incredibly refreshing for viewers and critics alike.
You're right. The contrast with a film like The Florida Project is interesting too, right?
Yeah.
There he had Willem Dafoe, a very well-known actor, kind of anchoring the film. But even then, the focus was on the children, right? Their experiences.
Exactly. So perhaps with Anora, Baker decided to fully embrace that commitment to showcasing, undiscovered talent.
Right.
It's a bold move, and it seems to have paid off.
It makes you wonder if, he saw something special in Mikey Madison that no one else did. Yeah. That ability to, like, spot raw talent and bring it to the forefront, that's a gift.
Absolutely. And it challenges the traditional Hollywood system, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It says that you don't need, a famous name to tell a powerful story.
Yeah, and that resonates especially now when audiences are craving authenticity, right?
Yeah.
So, like, they're tired of the same faces, the kind of predictable narratives.
Right.
They want something real. They want something raw. They want something that reflects the world they live in.
And perhaps Anora does just that. I mean, we don't know the plot specifics, but Baker's track record suggests a story that, delves into the complexities of human experience.
Right.
A story that challenges us to see the world from a different perspective.
And speaking of perspectives, we see a lot of your searches also focusing on how to watch Anora.
Right.
It seems the film's release strategy is adding to the intrigue.
Yeah, there's a certain allure to a film that's, shrouded in mystery. It creates a sense of anticipation, a
Mhm.
desire to be, in the know.
Yeah. It's like a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. And that discovery, that moment when you finally get to experience the film everyone's talking about, becomes even more special because of that.
Absolutely. And it plays into that, fear of missing out that seems so prevalent
Mhm.
in our culture. Everyone wants to be part of the conversation, to share their thoughts and feelings about this film that has, captivated the world.
So we've got Sean Baker, a director known for his unique style and his ability to tell stories that resonate, deeply.
Right.
We've got Mikey Madison,
Yes.
a virtually unknown actress thrust into the spotlight with an Oscar-winning performance. And we've got a film that seems to have captured the zeitgeist, a film that's shrouded in mystery and generating buzz like no other.
It's a potent combination,
It is.
but there's still a piece of the puzzle missing, isn't there? The big question mark hanging over this entire conversation.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We've talked about the who and the how, but the why remains elusive.
Yeah.
Why did Anora resonate so deeply?
Right.
Why did it sweep the Oscars?
That's the million-dollar question. And maybe, just maybe, the answer lies in the themes and emotions that Baker weaves into his films.
Right.
Perhaps Anora taps into something universal?
Yeah.
Something that transcends the specifics of the plot and speaks to the human condition in a profound way.
Looking at your searches, it seems you're particularly interested in Mikey Madison's performance.
Yeah.
Could that be the key to Anora's success?
Possibly.
Maybe it's not just about the story itself, but about how that story is brought to life through her performance.
That's a fascinating angle, and it ties back to what we were discussing earlier about Baker's, penchant for working with non-professional actors.
Right.
Perhaps there's a rawness of vulnerability in Madison's performance that resonates with audiences on a deeply emotional level.
Maybe her performance, coupled with Baker's unique directorial style, created a synergy that was impossible to ignore. A perfect storm of talent, vision, and emotional resonance.
It's certainly possible, but to truly understand the why, we need to delve a little deeper into the themes that Sean Baker typically explores in his films.
I agree, yeah. Let's see if we can find some clues,
Okay.
some recurring motifs that might shed light on what Anora is all about.
Well, Baker's films often deal with themes of poverty, marginalization, and resilience.
Right.
They force us to confront the realities of those living on the margins of society,
Yeah.
to see the world through their eyes.
And it's not just about portraying these characters' struggles.
Right.
It's about celebrating their humanity, their strength, their ability to find joy, even in the most challenging circumstances.
Exactly. His films are often described as, both heartbreaking and heartwarming.
Right.
They offer a glimpse into worlds we might not otherwise see,
Yeah.
worlds that are both challenging and beautiful.
And that brings us back to Anora, right? If we consider Baker's previous work, it's not a stretch to imagine that Anora might explore similar themes. Maybe it tackles issues of social injustice,
Right.
economic disparity, or the struggles of those living on the fringes.
And perhaps it does so with the same empathy and sensitivity that Baker has become known for.
Right.
Remember, this is a film that has resonated with audiences and critics alike.
Right.
It's touched a nerve, sparked conversations, and generated a level of buzz that's rare to see.
That's a great point. And it makes me think Anora might be more than just a film.
Yeah.
It might be a cultural phenomenon,
Yeah.
a reflection of our collective anxieties and hopes.
It's certainly possible, and that makes the mystery of Anora all the more intriguing.
Right.
It's not just about a film.
Right.
It's about what that film says about us, about the world we live in,
Yeah.
and about the stories we crave.
So we've explored Sean Baker's filmmaking style, we've considered the impact of Mikey Madison's performance, and we've touched upon the potential themes that Anora might explore. But the question remains, what is it about this film that has captured the world's attention?
Right.
What is the secret ingredient that has made Anora such a phenomenon?
That's the question we're all trying to answer. And while we may not have all the pieces of the puzzle just yet, I think we're getting closer. We're starting to see the bigger picture, to understand the forces at play.
Yeah, you're right. And perhaps that's part of the allure of Anora.
Yeah.
It's a film that invites us to think, to question, to engage in a dialogue about the world around us.
And in a world that often feels divided and uncertain, that kind of dialogue is more important than ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as we continue to unravel the mystery of Anora, Let's keep in mind that the journey is just as important as the destination. The conversations we're having, the connections we're making, the insights we're gleaning,
Yes.
these are all part of the experience.
Well said. And perhaps, in the end, the true magic of Honora lies not in the answers we find, but in the questions we ask along the way.
We've been digging deep into what makes Nora tick, and, it's fascinating how much we can learn about a film even without knowing all those plot details. Like, we see your searches about Mikey Madison's career are really interesting. It's like you're all trying to piece together how this, relatively unknown actress was able to deliver this Oscar-worthy performance.
Yeah, it really is. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with, a bunch of missing pieces.
Right, exactly.
But I do think there are clues that we can gather from her limited filmography.
Right, she's had a few roles here and there, but nothing on the scale of Honora. It makes you wonder what Sean Baker saw in her, what potential he was able to, tap into that others may have missed.
I'd wager that Baker has a knack for recognizing talent that exists outside of the conventional Hollywood mold. If you look back at Tangerine, that entire film was shot on iPhones.
Oh, wow.
And it featured transgender actresses who had never acted before.
Right.
It was groundbreaking, both stylistically and in its representation.
That's such a good point. It really challenges that whole idea that you need years of experience or a certain pedigree to, really make an impact.
Yeah.
Maybe what matters most is raw talent,
Yeah.
passion, that willingness to push boundaries.
Precisely. And perhaps that's what we're seeing with Mikey Madison. Maybe her lack of experience, in a way, became her strength. It allowed her to bring a fresh perspective and unfiltered authenticity to the role.
It makes me think about those classic stories of actors just being discovered while working regular jobs.
Yeah.
Waiting tables, bartending.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Maybe there's something to be said for that, for being a blank slate, for having those life experiences that can really inform your art.
Totally. I completely agree. It suggests that, talent can come from anywhere. It's not limited to those who have followed a specific path or come from a particular background.
Right, and that's a really empowering message, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of tells aspiring actors, writers, directors, anyone with a creative dream that their stories matter.
Yeah.
That their voices deserve to be heard.
Absolutely. And I think that message resonates even more strongly in the context of Honora. Here we have a film that, seemingly came out of nowhere with a relatively unknown actress and a director who's known for those indie sensibilities, and yet it's captivated the entire world.
It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones we least expect, the ones that challenge our assumptions and force us to confront, different perspectives.
Yeah. And maybe that's the key to Honora's success. Maybe it's a film that asks those difficult questions, that explores uncomfortable truths, that doesn't shy away from the complexities of the human experience.
Right, and maybe it does so with a level of artistry and emotional honesty that just transcends that traditional Hollywood formula.
It's certainly possible, and I think that's what makes Honora so compelling. It's a film that defies categorization. It leaves us with more questions than answers. It just stays with us long after the credits have rolled.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's not about finding all the answers. It's about engaging with the mystery, with the possibility. And maybe that's the most important takeaway from Honora, that the unknown can be just as powerful, just as moving, just as transformative as the familiar.
Well said. And it leaves us with a sense of excitement, doesn't it? Like the anticipation of finally seeing the film, of experiencing firsthand what all the buzz is about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even though we haven't really uncovered all the secrets of Honora, I think we've gained a deeper understanding of the forces that might have shaped it,
Right.
the themes it might explore, and the impact it's having on the film industry and beyond.
Indeed. And ultimately, isn't that what a deep dive is all about? Exploring a topic from multiple angles, considering different perspectives, and coming away with, a much richer, more nuanced understanding.
So, to kind of wrap things up here, here's a final thought to consider. In a world that is just saturated with information, where everything seems to be vying for our attention, what is it about a film like Honora that manages to cut through all that noise and capture our collective imagination? What is it about the unknown that continues to fascinate and inspire us?
Those are questions worth pondering.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the mystery of Honora. We hope you've enjoyed the conversation. Until next time.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.